Hello, children. Today I am going to tell you a wonderful story about how a little girl named Sia changed her village with her determination, teamwork, and belief in making things better. This story is about never giving up and always looking for solutions instead of excuses. Are you ready? Let's begin. The village of Sundarpur was once beautiful. Green fields stretched far and wide. Birds sang joyfully and a mighty river flowed through its heart. But that was long ago. Now the river had dried up. The land was cracked. The crops had withered and the villagers struggled every day to find water. Women and children walked miles under the scorching sun to fetch water from a far away well. Their pots heavy, their feet sore. Life had become difficult. Sia, a bright and brave girl, stood on a small hill looking at her village. She saw the tired women carrying heavy pots of water. She saw the farmers staring helplessly at the dry fields. But in her heart, Sia still had hope. She believed that something could be done. One evening, as the sun set, Sia sat by the dry river bed. She remembered her grandfather's stories. Stories about how the river once danced under the moonlight, feeding the fields and bringing happiness to the village. As she sat there, an idea struck her. If the river once flowed here, maybe, just maybe, we can bring it back. Sia refused to believe that the beloved river was gone forever. Excited, Sia ran home to tell her best friends, Arjun and Meher. She explained her plan to build small dams, plant trees, and dig ponds to store rainwater. Arjun scratched his head and asked, "But how will we do that, Sia?" Meher looked doubtful. "We are just kids. This is a big problem." Sia smiled and said, "Big problems need big hearts, and we have plenty of that." The next morning, Sia gathered all the village children under the big banyan tree. With determination in her eyes, she said, "We will bring back the river, but we must work together. If we stop the rainwater from flowing away, we can store it in small ponds and one day the river will flow again." At first, the village elders laughed at them. "Children playing in the mud won't bring the river back," one of them said. But Sia and her friends didn't listen to their doubts. They believed in their plan. Day after day, Sia and her friends worked tirelessly. They collected stones and built small check dams to slow down the rainwater. They planted trees along the dried riverbed to stop the soil from washing away. They dug small ponds to store water during the monsoons. The sun was hot and the work was hard, but they never gave up. At first, the villagers didn't believe them. But when they saw the children's determination, their doubt turned into belief. Slowly, one by one, they joined in. The village worked together like one big family. Months passed. The villagers waited. The sky remained hot and cloudless. Some started losing hope. But Sia and her friends never stopped believing. They stood near the riverbed looking up at the sky, waiting for the rains. And then, one evening, a cool breeze blew across the village. Dark clouds gathered. A deep rumble of thunder filled the air. The first raindrops fell, and soon the skies opened up. The villagers danced in the rain, their hearts full of joy. The small check dams filled with water. The ponds overflowed. Slowly, water trickled into the dry riverbed. Over time, the river grew wider. The crops flourished, the animals thrived. Sundarpur was alive once again. Standing on a hill, Sia, Arjun and Meher looked down at the village, now full of life and laughter. They had proven that when people work together, they can achieve anything. And so, the river of dreams returned to Sundarpur, not just through the rain, but through the courage and teamwork of those who dared to dream. So, children, what did we learn today? We learned that even small efforts can bring big changes. When people work together, they can solve any problem. Nature always helps those who take care of it. So, children, remember, never stop believing in your dreams. If you work hard and never give up, you too can change the world. Hope you liked the story. We'll be back with many more. See you then. Bye bye.